So I think for me, the reaching the point of feeling like I can say I'm proud of myself, especially for something that's so personal when it comes to like my singing, and being able to sing, like my first stream on Twitch was in front of 13,000 people all over the world.
Sick.
Like, think about your first performance as like, I mean, it's like usually in like a bar on like an open mic night, you know, that nobody's, you know, maybe even there. And the another thing that has been such a blessing with COVID is like the ability to use technology to reach people that, you know, you maybe would have never reached before. And like, I know that Evan and Marbs have experienced the same thing, but like the connection, like the stuff that's going on in like the chat of people just, you know, communicating from all over, and like, and everybody's just really, you know, respectful and like wanting you to do well, and like is really supportive, and like that feels good. And to be able to see that in real time, like you couldn't do that at like a show. You're maybe seeing people talk in the crowd. You don't know what they're talking about, you know, like they could be saying whatever they're saying, but to see it real time, there's also something I feel like that's also built into kind of this whole experiment that I think is really cool too. Getting that real time feedback. And I love feedback, good, bad, and different. I just think living in the feedback loop for me has been really beneficial in like my personal life and my work, in music. Like I tell Marbs and Evan, like, do you like this? Like, do you want to keep this? Should we change this word? You know, they're like, and they've just been so gracious and just like, Katie, this is your part. Like you know, you got this. Like we love it. Like you're doing great. So, but it's been really cool to be able to like collaborate with them in that way. And so yeah, so I think it's just being able to sing in front of that many people kind of just validated me as an artist. And that also is something crazy to say, you know, thinking that this was something that I was just kind of holding for me. Now I've shared it with the world and people are receiving it really well. And I can call myself an artist now, which again is this other label that I felt like was reserved for these people that I put on this pedestal that like, again, going back to the comparison, that I didn't think I was ever going to be able to reach. And then here I am, and like, it's like official, and like that is so freaking cool. And it's just like it's cool. It's so cool. So it's just those moments that you look back on, because they've kind of all been stacking. So it's like, you know, Marbs and Evan wanted to work with me. We started working on the track. They basically did a 10-hour session in the studio to write Birds and produce that, which is like something unheard of for them. But like it's just been in this crazy flow state that like, then we recorded it, you know, we got it through like the mastering process. And then they were trying to see who was going to be doing like the remix or the reshape, ended up getting sent over to Damian Lazarus, which is just like all these things that kept like growing and growing and growing. And he's been so supportive of it. And like, is someone that, you know, obviously like, everyone knows if you're in the space, but that we've also looked up to and really admire. And the fact that he has reshaped this track is just, again, it's another one of those moments that really validates the project. Not that we need the validation, but it feels damn good. Yeah,
for sure. No, I totally know what you mean. It's like, you don't want to be in a place, and this happens to me all the time, where, you know, at the beginning of this podcast, there was definitely a desire to be like validated, to be recognized as like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And that's just not a good thing to do something for, you know? It's like, it's better to do the thing for the sake of the thing, and then be appreciative when if the validation does come.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's kind of how this is all worked its magic. It's just like, I was doing it for me. Once I realized like, I'm going to share this is something I need to do for myself. It's almost like giving that gift back to like my soul's like purpose. And it's like, once I did that and it's like kind of stepped through, it's like, then all these other things was kind of like a magnet to it.